Hey everybody, Pastor Austin here, and I just wanted to take a moment to give a brief announcement to you. We are getting close to the end of the year here, and that means that it's leadership team nomination time, and that we have to start looking at budgets and things like that. Because even though a lot has changed because of COVID, there's one thing that still needs to happen, and that's for us to make sure that we have a solid leadership team because we have a few people rotating off who have done a wonderful job and we're going to miss them. And but at the same time, we know that there are people out there who God is laying upon their heart already. He's already in the workings to have them help lead our congregation. In the past, what we have done is normally there would be about 2 or 3 people or more who were put on a committee that would go out, and they were the nomination committee, and they would nominate certain people within our church body. But this year has brought a few problems with doing that. For one thing, our church attendance is down for the physical group that is meeting. And if I was to have a nomination committee go out right at this point, they wouldn't be able to reach out and connect as well with everyone because we are so spread out. And that's no one's fault. There's no need for a finger of blame being pointed at anyone for that because that's the situation we're in right now. So the leadership team and I have been discussing what's maybe a creative way that we can still meet this need, but at the same time do it properly and professionally so that everyone still can have a say in who's able to be a part of that leadership team, because we are still technically a congregation of people. We are the body of believers. That part has not changed whatsoever. So we've come up with this idea, and we're going to try it this year, and I want you to just be patient with us, and I believe that this is something that can work for us, okay? So we're going to be sending these out right here, and I'm going to put this one down so that you can see the one on the screen as I look at it with you. But this is just a two-sided piece of paper, and we'll send one out for each adult in the family who's a member of our congregation. But we're going to be mailing these out to you. These are leadership team nomination forms, and they give you just a little bit information on what we are as a church. So we are a family using our talents to help families connect, grow, and serve as followers of Christ. But then it explains this. We have a team of faithful men who help lead according to the will of God and to fulfill the vision of the church. This team is typically made up of about 5 or more men of God who are members of CBC, each committing to serve for a period of 2 years and then may be re-elected for a second 2-year term. After 4 years, they may be reelected again. However, they must have 1 year of separation between those years of service. And then it goes through the actual biblical qualifications that we have found in 1 Timothy 3, 2 through 13. And what we would love for you to do is, as you will see at the bottom of the page, is just prayerfully seek a person to nominate from our congregation. And after you've had a little bit of time to talk with God and listen to His leading, you'll find an area on the back of the sheet, and I'll show that on the screen here for you. On the back of the sheet, for you to place the name of the person you're nominating. You have no need to put your own name in there to let us know who it came from or anything. These could be completely anonymous, okay? But there's a place for you to put the name of the nominee, and then we would love to know, why do you think that person would be a good candidate for this? I would love to hear your heart on that. But after you fill it out in its entirety, you have a couple of different options. Okay, we want these options for you because we know some people still don't feel comfortable meeting in person just for their own health and safety because they're more susceptible to the virus, and we understand that. So the two options you have are either you can come to the church building physically and submit it in a box that will be on the back table in the sanctuary labeled Leadership Team Nominations, or you can mail it back to us at P.O. Box 398, Dayton, Nevada 89403. You have both of those options, and honestly, this is not a requirement of you. If you can't think of anyone that you want to nominate, you don't have to come up with somebody just to make everybody happy. It's not a homework assignment. But we want as many of you involved as this as possible, because there might be somebody that you know within our body that you think would be a good person to help lead the body. And we are excited to see what God is going to do through all of this. If you choose to be a part of this effort and fill out one of these nomination forms, we are asking, because we have a deadline, okay? We have a deadline too, because the year's coming to a close. So we are asking that you would turn these in either through mail or in the box by no later than December 1st, 2020. No later than December 1st. If we get some after that, we won't be able to include them, because at that time is when we will be getting things prepared and trying to talk with those people in those nominations so that we can bring it before you, the body, and give you guys some time to be able to think and pray over those nominations, those people who would qualify for that. So be sure to get those in. We're going to get those in the mail for you today, which is Thursday. I can't believe that we're about halfway through November already, but we're going to get those out to you. When you receive them, please be sure to fill them out in their entirety if God's leading you for that, and get those back to us. I love you guys so much, and I know this stuff has been rough, but God has brought us through. Can you believe it? Look at all this stuff that God has brought us through. And I love that God has called me here to be your pastor, and it is an honor. And I want you to always remember that I love you and God loves you. Hope to see you soon.